Hi, I'm Richard Harrison, Director of Innovator International, and today I'd like to tell you all about the new download we have on our website, which is a guide for people seeking information on the Innovator Founder Same Business Visa route. Now, if I can share my screen for a second, if you go to our website, innovatorinternational.com, and hover over application packs at the top, you will see Innovator Founder Same Business as a new option. If you click on this, what will happen is a PDF will open. If you want a copy of this yourself, you can either click on File, Save As, PDF, or Export as PDF, depending what machine and browser you're using. And you've then got this as a reference document. It's about 10 meg from memory, that will provide you with all the information you need to progress onto your Innovator Founder visa. So who is this useful for? People who are on a startup visa and maybe progressing to an Innovator Founder, people who are on an Innovator Founder legacy, that's the old one before April 2023, who wants to progress onto Innovator Founder, or people who are currently on an Innovator Founder, won't be progressing until at least 2026, but it tells you what you need to achieve as a bare minimum. Because one of the problems at the moment is people often get their visa and think, okay, I've got my visa, my starter, my innovator, I'm in the UK, absolutely brilliant, job done. But it's not. You can't stay here forever on that visa. There are a number of things you have to progress, that you have to show as an absolute minimum. And that's what we're going to talk through within this document. I'm not going through the document in full now. I'll go through it in summary just to help you understand what's in the guide and pick out a few salient points and hopefully convince you that it's worth downloading it because it's free. Again, innovationinternational.com. So the first few pages are a little about us. I'll skip through that. That's not relevant now, but the sort of questions you may be asking: have I made enough progress? What do I need to prepare? When should I prepare and submit my application? What documents do I need? And the big one, am I making enough money? So let's start to talk about each of these in a little more detail. If you look at the Home Office guidance, it talks about having a business as acting, trading and sustainable, making, this is the big one, making significant progress against your previously endorsed business plan, but also the simple things, registering your business and being involved in the day-to-day management and development. What does this all mean? Well, it means three things. It means your business is innovative, viable and scalable, exactly what you signed up to when you got your endorsement. So innovation talks about having made significant progress against your previously endorsed business plan. When you were endorsed, you'd have made some promises in a plan on what you were going to do. And we're not talking about the bits of the plan that said, oh, I'll do a bit of consulting or a bit of this or a bit of that. We're talking about the main bit of the plan, the innovative component. Because the innovative component has to be the heartbeat of your business, the heartbeat of what it is that you're doing. And you must have made significant progress. And by that, we're really talking about technical progress or developing the proposition, but also commercial progress. If you've had your visa for 2 to 3 years now, you know, it's realistic to think that you would be making money from this, although we will go into that in more detail in a few minutes' time. We've then got viability. You clearly must be registered with Companies House, but you must be active, trading and sustainable. You must be doing something and selling something, and you must be involved in the day-to-day management of the business. And then we talk about scalability. Scalability is really saying you're not just going at the same state as the point of your last endorsement. You are growing, you're tapping into international markets, you're employing people, you're doing all of the things that real businesses actually do. So we then provide a page on each, so a little more detail. Key point here, without clear progress, we can't grant a same business endorsement. The Home Office will look at what you promised in your original plan and compare you against that. Now, if you said I'm going to make 1 million in year 3 and you're making 100k, clearly you're nowhere near your target, but you've still made good progress. 100k is good for most businesses by the end of year 3. If, on the other hand, you say I'm going to make 100k and you've done 600 quid or £1,000 or £2,000, that's a lot more concerning because you're not gaining enough revenue to make the business sustainable. There's a lovely word, sustainable. Let's look into that now because we're going to viability. We talk about sustainability here, and sustainability implies that your costs are lower than your income. You're getting more money in than is going out. Although at this point, we would consider savings and investment into the business as a form of income. When you get to the point of ILR, we won't consider that. We need to see that your revenue or income is greater than your costs and you're not dependent upon loans or investment or other things in most cases. But at this point, you have to show you have more money coming in, including savings and including um, investments than you have costs. And of course, you can't say my income's greater than my costs because I don't pay anyone. You know, you are expected to be starting to pay people. Okay, maybe not full market rate salaries yet, but you've got to be growing up as a business, getting to the point where you are a real business that pays people, that has a good customer base and can stand up on its own 2 feet without people dipping their hands into their own pockets. And that really taps into scalability. You need to show us that you're growing, you're starting to employ people, you're starting to tap into international marketplaces. Okay. What you need to do to show us this is create a progress report. And that is a sort of a mini business plan, but much, much shorter, 5 to 10 pages that tells us the following things. Now, we'll read these out because these are key. A summary of what you're doing, including any major changes, your role in developing and deploying or delivering the business, a summary of your progress against the innovative aspects of your previous endorsement, a summary of commercial traction, including sales and finances. These two come together because if you've made lots of money doing something that's not the innovative component of your business, that won't be counted or considered, or is less likely to be counted or considered. We want to see the progress and the money you've made from the innovative aspect, the heartbeat of your business. A summary of what's not gone to plan and what you've done or you're doing to address it, a summary of progress regarding recruitment and growth, what you perceive as your main achievements over the last 2 years, and any business you've secured, not forecast, secured for the coming 12 months, along with previous turnover and finances. So we're looking for some firm documents that show us what you're doing and moving forward. And then what are you going to do over the next 3 years? What are your plans from here on? You've got to this point. How are you going to continue to grow, continue to bring in new clients? Who are you going to employ? What countries are you going to go into and how are you going to go into them? So you've told us what you've done. Now, please tell us what you're going to do. Set some more targets, milestones. Give us a Gantt chart to show us the timeframes. And again, detail, are you financially sustainable yet? If not, what you need to do to get to the point where you are financially sustainable. Okay, and what we're looking for here is facts and figures. We get loads of lovely, lovely stories, but unfortunately, lovely stories don't pay for your mortgage, don't pay for your bills. Cash is the blood within every single business. So what we're really after is facts and figures. We don't need to know that you've got a website. We do need to know that you've developed the systems that make the business work, and that has resulted in you gaining some income or revenue or whatever. So please, 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 we're not looking for a lovely glossy story that would make a good film. What we're looking for is facts and figures that show us what you've developed, what you've delivered, and where you're going over the next few years. We know that not everything goes to plan. But that said, whilst the Home Office assessed everything on a case-by-case basis, if you're nowhere near what you'd promised within your business plan, if you've not made good progress, including gaining revenue, there's a greater chance that your project will be refused endorsement or that your formal visa application will be refused by the Home Office. It's essential to have delivered something meaningful and substantial over the duration of your last or current visa before you progress on to this next one. Okay, and we do detail some options for you. If you think you've not made enough progress, you might want to look at all the options open to you rather than applying for an Innovator new business route. But again, please do download the plan, read the plan, where necessary, consult with a visa specialist. But this will tell you where you need to be should you want to carry on going down this route. Now, we've mentioned this a little bit already. Do I need to be making income? We recognise that some businesses require, for example, medical business, a lot of research before they get to an income making point. That's okay, but you should have detailed that in your original plan. The majority of businesses we would expect to be making a reasonable level of income and getting to the point where they are sustainable. Again, what does that mean? It means that your income is greater than your costs. And you also need to be showing the profile of a scaling business, one that's going to have international relevance and be able to employ people. We need to see evidence for this. We'll need to see demonstrations of what you've done, invoices, accounts, employment contracts, commercial contracts, whatever is relevant to substantiate your progress. So if you tell us that you've done something, we will ask you to evidence that. So please keep it as factual and as truthful as it needs to be. And that's it, really. That's what's in this document. There's a lot more detail than I've presented over the last few minutes. When you put your application in, we will need your last endorsed plan. If you are changing your plan, please make sure you do get that approved by your endorsing body, along with any documentation. We'll, as always, need your passport, your current endorsement letter, your progress plan, and accounts and other supporting evidence. But once you've made your initial application, then we can certainly help you on that route. Now, if you have any questions on this guide, firstly, please do download the guide, read it, save it as a reference document. It is a very, very useful document. But again, if you have further questions, please drop them in the LinkedIn messages box, and we will help how we can, but please be aware we can't advise on specific applications unless you've already made a formal application for this route. Thank you so much for your time. I do hope you enjoy the guide and it's useful. And as always, please do connect with me, follow Innovator International on LinkedIn. And if you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you very much.